Hi guys, this is Sadak from Odin.com, and in this video, we'll show you how to flash the latest LineageOS 22 ROM based on Android 15 onto Galaxy S20 FE, 4G and the 5G variant. So please take a backup of all the data on your phone. And one more thing, this is currently in the testing phase, so you might face a few bugs and issue. The most common bug which is there across all the custom ROM for the Galaxy S20, that is the VoLTE and voice over Wi-Fi are not working, and same is the case with this ROM as well. Apart from that, as of now, there are some issues with the fingerprint on AOD style as well, and you might face some battery drainage issue sometimes. That is completely normal because at the time of recording, the ROM is in the testing phase, but the steps to flash the ROM will be the same across both the alpha build, the beta build, and the stable build. That is not going to change. But in rare cases, if that happens, then I'll let you know by making a new video and updating the guide as well. But for now, the steps are same across all the variants of the ROM. So with that in mind, do take a backup of all the data on your phone, and then let's get started. So it is supported across the S20 FE, which is the model number as you could see over here, and the S20 FE 5G. These are the model number. You could verify the model number from the about phone section as well. And it's currently not supported on the Exynos variant. Moreover, you cannot flash the ROM via the DWRP recovery. You have to flash the ROM using only the LineageOS recovery. So if that's all well and good, then one more thing, you have to be on the One UI 5.1 firmware, which should be of Feb 2023 or newer. Any older firmware is not supported, so make sure you are to be on the latest firmware. Once you have checkmarked all the requirement, just to repeat, it's currently in a testing phase, and it's only the Snapdragon variant are supported. Exynos is not supported, and TWRP flashing is not supported. It will only work with the LineageOS recovery. So keep this point in mind, and let's get started. So get hold of the latest Android SDK platform tools from my guide and extract them onto your PC. You may extract them anywhere you want. In my case, I have done the extraction in C drive, and as you could see, these are the files of platform tools. Once that is done, you will now have to unlock the bootloader on your phone. Do note that unlocking will wipe off all the data, and it might make the warranty null and void as well. Apart from that, it will trip the Knox as well. The Knox is a hardware component which is embedded in the motherboard, and once you have unlocked the bootloader, and even if you relock it, there is no going back. The Knox will stay tripped because it's a hardware thing and not a software. So you might not be able to use the Samsung Pay and Knox features ever again. So keep this point in mind, and if that's well and good, you could refer to my video or the guide and get this job done. Simply you have to enable OEM unlocking and then boot your phone to the download mode. After that, long press the power volume up key, and then your phone will be unlocked. Once the bootloader is unlocked, your phone will boot to the OS. So after that, you will have to connect your phone to the Wi-Fi and then go to the developer option and make sure that the OEM unlocking is enabled and gray out. That is extremely important. So make sure to be online, wait for a few seconds, and this should then happen. Once that is done, you must then move ahead with the next step. So now you will have to get hold of the Odin tool from my guide. So get hold of the tool and extract them onto your PC. So just a minute, let me launch the Odin tool. This is the Odin tool, and these are the files of the Odin tool. Moving on, you will now have to get hold of the LineageOS recovery for your phone. So this is the download link, and this is the mirror link. Download the recovery file as well. Once you have got the recovery file, let me show you. This is the recovery IMG file. So transfer the file inside the platform tools directory. And as you might be aware, we have to deal in the .tar format and not in the IMG. So you have to convert the IMG into tar format. That is quite an easy task. What you have to do is simply use this command. So for that, let's first rename the file to something shorter. Let's rename it to recovery, and the complete name becomes recovery.img. Once that is done, you will now have to open CMD window here. So type in CMD and hit enter. If that does not happen, then open CMD from here. Then you have to type in CD, which stands for change directory, give a space, copy the path of platform tools, and now paste it here. And you are now inside the platform tools directory. If that's well and good, then simply copy paste this command. Make sure that the file recovery IMG file is there inside the platform tools, and it's named as recovery IMG as you could see. So if that is well and good, then simply copy paste this command and it will convert the IMG file to the tar file. Hit enter, and the task stands complete. Let me have a look at that as well. As you could see, we have got the recovery.tar file. So once you have got it, you will now have to boot your phone to the download mode. Now there exists quite a few ways of doing so. but we'll be using the ADB command because that is universally accepted across all the Samsung phones. So you may use the hardware keys combination as well, but let's take the help of ADB command. Since we have already got the platform tools, you will now have to enable USB debugging on your phone. In most cases, you might have already done that. If you haven't done so, then go to the settings menu, then go to about phone, software information, and tap on build number 7 times. You will get a prompt that developer mode has been enabled. So go back, and you should now see developer option. Go there and enable the toggle next to OEM and USB debugging. Then tap on OK. You might get one more prompt. Again, tap on allow. And with this, debugging is now enabled. Let's verify the same. So type in ADB devices in the CMD window and hit enter. And as you could see, we are now getting a serial ID. If you're not getting any ID, then unplug and replug your phone from the PC. Disable and re-enable USB debugging. Tap on revoke USB debugging and use the official USB cable that came with your phone. So try out this USB tweaks and make sure that you're getting an ID. Once you're getting this ID, you will now have to type in the command ADB reboot download and hit enter. And your phone should then reboot into the download mode, which will take only a few seconds. So let's just wait for that to happen. And once it's in the download mode, we could then proceed ahead with the next step. So now let's launch the Odin tool. So as you could see, it's now in the download mode. So now you may launch the Odin tool via the exe file. You will get a prompt on your PC, click on OK. And as you could see, it's added, and in the log as well shown at the COM port, COM4. So it's now reading our phone in the download mode. Now your first course of action is to flash the recovery tar file in the AP slot. But before that, go to options and please uncheck auto reboot. This is extremely important. Once you have unchecked auto reboot, now click on AP and you have to load the TWRP file which you have just made, the recovery tar file. Sorry, not the TWRP, but the LineageOS recovery.tar file. So choose the tar file which we have just made via the CMD window. This is was the command which we have used, and you have got the recovery tar file inside the platform tools directory. So now load this file inside the Odin tool. This is the LineageOS recovery. Click on open, and the file is now loaded. And also make sure that the auto reboot is unchecked. Now click on start, and the flashing will now start, which could take a few seconds. So let's wait for that to happen. And with this, the flashing is now complete. You have got a pass message. So now you will have to boot to the LineageOS recovery. So the timing is extremely important. What you have to do is press and hold the power and the volume down key for around 7 seconds. And as soon as your phone is trying to restart, press and hold the power and the volume up keys, and your phone will then boot to the LineageOS recovery. So again, I'm repeating. First off, press and hold the volume down and power keys for around 7 seconds. Your phone will then try to undergo a restart. While it is just about to go a restart, then you have to press and hold the power and the volume up keys, and your phone will then reboot to the LineageOS recovery. Let me show you that. So first, press and hold the power and the volume down keys. Let's hold that for 7 to 8 seconds. And as soon as the phone gets powered off, let's wait and for that to happen. Now press and hold the power and the volume up keys and keep on holding both this key for around 5 seconds. You may now let go of this key as well, and your phone should now reboot into the LineageOS recovery. If your phone boots to the OS, then the LineageOS recovery has not been flashed, and you will have to then once again flash the LineageOS recovery using the same methods. Just make sure that the timing is correct. It's just a game of pressing the keys at the right time. And if you end up doing so, then you could see we are now inside the LineageOS recovery. So moving on, you will now have to do a factory reset, which will wipe off all the data from your phone. So go to factory reset, format data, factory reset, format data. The data wipe is now complete. And now we may flash the ROM. For that, go to the home screen, select apply update, apply from ADB. And now your phone is in the sideload mode. So copy the ROM zip file and transfer the ROM zip file inside the platform tools directory. This is the ROM file. Let's transfer it here. And it will take a few seconds. Now rename the file to something shorter. So let's rename it to ROM, and the complete name becomes rom.zip. Now type in the command. First off, type in ADB devices and verify that you're getting the sideload keyword, as you could see. If that's well and good, now type in ADB sideload and the file name, which is rom.zip, and hit enter. And the sideloading will now start, which could take up to around 6 to 8 minutes. So let's just wait for that to happen. So guys, the flashing is now complete, as you could see. Now, if you want to flash or sideload any other zip file, then you will first have to do a reboot to recovery. So go to advanced and select reboot to recovery. And then you must sideload the required zip files such as Magisk or the GApps. So let's suppose we want to flash the GApps as well. Let me show you. So now that we have done a reboot to recovery, you may get hold of the Magisk or the GApps. Both of them are optional. So as of now, I'm flashing the GApp. So you may go to the GApp page from here, and let's get hold of the GApp packages. So for now, I'm using the Nick GApps. You may get hold of any of the following GApps of your choice. So for Nick GApps, I already have that. Just this is the Nick GApps. The core version for Android 15 should be somewhat here itself. Just give me a second. This is the Nick GApp for Android 15. Make sure that it's for Android 15 ARM64, and you may download any of the following versions from here from my guide. All of these are given in this link. So for example, let's go to the Nick GApp page, then scroll down, click on download now, then go to the release section, and from here select Android 15, then choose the latest date, and then get hold of the GApp package which correspond to your need. For example, as of now, let me show you. I have given the names of all the packages and the apps which they hold. So the core GApps just have a few basic GApp packages, as you could see. Then the basic GApp, don't flash the Go GApp. This is for only Android Go version. Skip this. Then you have the basic GApps, Omni GApps, Stock GApps, and the full GApp which has all the Google app packages. So as of now, I'm using the core GApps. So let me show you how to sideload that as well. Once you have transferred the GApps inside the platform tools directory, now rename it to something shorter. So let's rename it to GApps, and the complete name becomes gapps.zip. Now go to apply update, apply from ADB, and you are once again in the sideload mode. So now type in ADB sideload gapps.zip, and you will get a prompt on your phone that it's not from the official. As you could see, signature verification failed. This is happening because the GApp package is not made by the official LineageOS developers. So if you flash any other zip file which is not a part of LineageOS, you will get this prompt. It's completely normal. Just tap on yes, and the sideloading is now started. As you could see, the Nick GApps has been flashed. Depending on the files of the GApps, the flashing could take a while. In my case, I've used the smallest GApp packages, so it will only take a few seconds for it to be flashed. And once that is done, your phone will automatically show the home screen of the recovery menu. So it's now installing all the GApp packages and will only take a few more seconds. The flashing is now complete, and these are the logs. Unmounting system and install is now done. So once you have flashed all the GApps, or if you don't want to flash any GApp packages or Magisk, that's also well and good. Your last course of action, irrespective of the fact whether you have flashed any file or not, is to do a factory reset once again. This is highly recommended. Just to be on the safer side, always do a format data after flashing the ROM as well. Before flashing a ROM, it's compulsory, and after flashing, it's highly recommended. Anyways, once that is done, now you may tap on reboot system now, and your phone will now reboot to the newly flashed OS. Do keep in mind that the first boot up will take up some time. That is completely normal and nothing to worry about. From the subsequent time, that will not be the case. Moreover, let's just wait for the boot animation or at least the boot logo to appear, either of which will signify that the flashing has been done successfully. And the boot animation should now appear in a few more seconds. So let's wait for that at least, and then we will check out the ROM features as well. So it should now be visible in a matter of few seconds. And after that, the ROM boot up might take up to around 20-30 seconds. As you could see, this is the LineageOS boot animation, and the flashing is now done successfully. Let's give it some time for it to boot up. So guys, the boot up is now complete, and let's now set up the ROM file. So as of now, I'm skipping the initial setup process. If you want, you may connect your phone to the Wi-Fi, link your Google account, and restore all the data. But for now, let me skip this. Let me skip this as well. And gesture navigation, next, start. And with this, we are now inside the LineageOS Android 15 ROM. I have a few Google apps. In the front end, you will get only the Play Store, and in the back end, you will get the GMS core packages and Play services if you have flashed the core GApp packages. And this is the QS tiles. The revamp settings menu is there. So this is one of the Android 15 features. Let's have a look at some of the others. So just give me a second. So after that, power menu in QS tiles should be there as well, and it is there as you could see. Apart from that, the partial screen recording, it is also there. You may do a screen recording in a single app. Just choose it and tap on start recording. Now choose the app of your choice, and the recording will only take place inside that app. Once you move over to any other app, the recording will pause and only resume once you are back to the default original app. Then predictive back gesture, let me have a look at that as well. So that is also there. As you could see, you could get a sneak peek of what is behind the screen, as you could see over here. Then you have the new volume panel. Let me see if that is there or not. As of now, that's not there. Well, it's not a major cause of concern. Then battery information, it should be in the battery section. Battery information is there as well. The battery count is not shown. Well, that shouldn't be a major cause of concern, but you have all the other informations over here. Regarding the fast charging control is also there. Well, that is great. When to start charging, you may set up the charging schedule based on the limit charging or alarm as well. It's completely up to you. Then you may even turn off the fast charging. I don't know why anyone will do that. Anyways, the private space, so let's check out that feature as well. For using private space, you have to set up a screen lock. Let me do so quickly. I'm using a pattern for the ease of convenience. So once you have set up any screen lock pattern, you may now choose the private space. First off, confirm your existing pattern, then click on setup. And you could either use the same password for the lock screen or choose a new lock pattern for the private space. I am choosing a new lock pattern for the private space. So first off, let's confirm the existing one, and let me choose the pattern fingerprint 3x3. This is the pattern for the private space, and as of now I'm skipping the fingerprint. You may set it up if required, and with this the private space should now be set up on our phone. That is done. And as you could see, this is the private space in the app drawer. You may simply access it by tapping on the lock, then confirm the pattern, and these are the apps in the private space. You may add or remove apps from here, and you have one more option. You may even hide the private space from the app drawer as well. So go to the settings menu of private space, tap on hide private space, and enable the toggle next to hide private space when it is logged. Got it. And as you could see, the private space will now be gone from the app drawer as well, giving you even more degree of privacy. So you could now access the private space either from the search app section, or if it is not there, then you could take one more action. Go to the settings menu, then go to security and privacy, private space, type in the lock screen, and as you could see, the private space has now been unlocked. Now you may access the private space from here. And apart from private space, some phones, some ROM also offers the taskbar option. Let me see if it's there or not. Home settings. So the taskbar is currently not there, and that's not a major cause of concern because taskbar usually for tablets and foldable phones. Then apart from that, you may tweak the wallpaper and the style section, as you might be aware of this. So you may change the theme from here and even change the wallpaper, and then the theme will change accordingly based on the particular UI theming engine. You may also choose more colors from here and disable and enable dark theme from here, or go to other colors and even choose these many colors from here. And apart from that, go scroll down and you may add the shortcuts in the lock screen. Let's say DND on the left and flashlight on the right hand side of the lock screen, or let's say DND flashlight on the camera, and they are added now. Then you may change the icons at the top of the status bar as well. Let me enable a few toggle, let's say DND and flashlight, and you could keep a tab of them at the top right. Let me enable airplane mode as well, and as you could see, let's say circular, tap on apply, and they will now be implemented, as you could see. Apart from that, you could change the font style as well. Whatever font you choose will be applied across the entire OS, so keep this in mind. Then you may go to the home screen and enable theme icon, and they are implemented. Then you may also change the app grid and add more apps over there. So for instance, it's 5x5. You may choose till 6x6, but 5x5 is fine with me. Then icon shape, font icon shape is also there. Then let's say pebble, and the apps will now be shown in the pebble shape across both the home screen and the app drawer. So this was all from this section. Let me show you a few other tweaks as well. For example, let's go to the home settings, and from here you may enable the notification dots. Then you will get the notification icons, the number at the top notifying whether you have got a notification or not, and the total number of notification as well. Apart from that, you may also hide the app from this section as well. So simply tap on the eye icon next to the app you want to hide, let's say calendar, and calendar app is now hidden from here. Just a minute, as you could see, it's no longer there. Then just tap on the eye icon again, and it will be now shown here. The calendar app should now be visible. As you could see, it's now back over here. And apart from that, you may even enable the theme icon in the app drawer as well. As you could see, it's implemented, which is quite great to see. So guys, that's just about it. And as you might be aware, LineageOS does not have many customization tweaks. It's a clean stock usage experience with a stable usage. So with that in mind, we round up this video. If you have any queries with regard to any of the steps, do let me know in the comment section, and thanks a lot for watching.